So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Norris, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Tsunoda, Hamilton, Piastri, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Liam Lawson, and Sainz, Gasly, Doohan, Ollie Behrman, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Ocon and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Russell has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Yeah, good job for that. Yeah, I think they were just a tiny bit too fast today, but good point still.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins!
To witness such mastery of these conditions, these changeable conditions that we saw today, is very impressive indeed. So a huge congratulations to this driver for taking victory today.
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc.